Dr. Karen here, and welcome to the Spiritual Medicine Digest for the week of January 13th, 2025. So, on our theme of illumination, revelation, and our model, TOLPAKAN Healing Model of looking at the physical, mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual, and dimensional aspects, this week we're going to be talking a little bit about a mental aspect, a belief, in fact. And the belief is related to wisdom and years of living on the planet. But before we dive into our topic for today, would love for you to hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, perhaps a notification bell, so every time I do a new video, you will be notified. And if you like this video, would love a thumbs up and a share. All right, let's go back to our topic for today. So this was inspired by one of my former Soul Destiny partners, which is my mom. And the funny thing is I have been mom's counselor and coach, if you will, since I was a very little girl, because she had some issues with depression way back when. And the funny thing is, as my Soul Destiny partner, she's helping me, not the other way around. Now, how does she help me? She helps me by giving me what I call in TOLPAKAN speak, or Academy of Light Medicine speak, abundance challenges, meaning that these are challenges that are not necessarily something we, go, yay, I'm being challenged, but it's pretty uncomfortable and at the same time is perfect for each of us to grow. So there are all sorts of abundance challenges, and maybe in another video we can talk more about what those are. Now, in this particular case, the abundance challenge was I had a suggestion around having someone help out, with the household, my dad being sick, and having someone organize all the different doctors and nurses and workers coming in and out. And my mom, I think, misunderstood that I was going to replace the one she was wanting to hire. So there was a misunderstanding there. But the funny thing was, she was telling me that I was being overly controlling. And then, of course, I had to laugh because I was like, wow, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. At the same time, one of the things she said, and she said over and over again, and you might have heard this from your family members as well. Good thing she doesn't watch my videos. Is this quote, I've been alive a lot longer than you. So I have a lot more life experience. So stop telling me what to do. Okay, well, it's not an exact quote, but more or less. Well, first of all, actually wasn't telling her what to do. I was just saying, hey, here's an option, right? Could learn to say it better, I know. And the second thing is there is a belief that abounds. We're talking about the mental realm here. A belief that abounds that wisdom equals years alive. I know somebody watching this is like, right? Because you may have had, let's just say, disagreements or arguments with your loved ones who are older than you, whether that be a parent, a grandparent, an uncle, aunt, whatever, right? And here's the thing. When it is our, I'll just say parent, for example, and I've observed my parents as they are navigating conversations in the past with my grandparents. Then my parents are like, we're right, they're old-fashioned, or whatever, right? I'm just giving you an example. And I'm like, okay, so grandparents live a lot longer, they have more life experience, but you think you know better than they do because, right? Oh, we're more educated. We're more educated. Okay, that's fair enough. So why doesn't it apply to me? Right? And I did say that once, and my mom was scratching her head a little bit on that one, but I was like, okay, so if you think that you know better than your parents because you're more educated, I'm actually the most educated person in our family thus far. So how is it that you're going into that? I have more years than you, so, I'm smarter than you or more wise than you, right? Because I have more years, yet I have more education. You just said in this other instance where you're more educated and therefore wiser than your parents. Anyway, so I'm not trying to make them look bad. The point is that wisdom does not mean number of years alive on the planet. I'm sure you've probably met 3-year-olds that have more wisdom than most adults, right? Yeah. So how does that play into our illumination revelation? I think that some of these beliefs are not serving us and also keep us in this kind of bind of argument, of being right. You know, one of the spiritual teachers used to say, wealth teachers actually, you can either be right or you could be happy. Make your choice. Now, the thing is right and wrong, and that is polarity. And you could say, well, Dr. Karen, you know, isn't that yin yang, right, wrong? Not exactly. Not at least the way that I perceive things. Right and wrong is a judgment. Cold, hot, that's not a judgment. Light, dark, you could judge the dark as bad, or it's just dark, right? So this whole thing about wisdom, you know, being related to the years, I think this is part of the darkness that we have been told is true, but it's actually really inspiring us to look at it and go, wait, is that really true? For me? For you? Because we have in our personal experience, because it might be true for you, right? But it might be in our personal experience, like I said, that you might have met a 3-year-old or 5-year-old or 6-year-old that has more wisdom than those, you know, decades older. I'll give you another example. Why is it that we tell our children not to fight, not to argue, to be nice, to be kind above all else? And then you turn on the TV and there's a political debate. And there are these adults in their 60s and 70s arguing, mudslinging, saying nasty things to each other. What kind of example are we giving to our children? Are they not wiser actually because they can sit there and play with another child? Yes, maybe they might argue over something, but they can play with another child and they don't really care what the child looks like, what color their skin is, or what culture they're from. You know, there's a little cartoon I really like, you know, where the adult says to the little girl, do you have Muslims, Jews, or Catholics in your school? And she answers him and says, no, we just have children. So just reperceiving our reality through our own personal experience, I think, is much more important than saying or believing that wisdom comes from age. I don't believe it does. Now, maybe you have been the one that says that to your children or grandchildren. I've been on this earth a lot longer than you, so I know better. Here's the thing, though. There are other circumstances, and you may not be into multiple lives, but if you are, just think there are many of us old souls on the planet who have reincarnated, for lack of a better term, come back to volunteer. And so, yeah, we could have parents who are much younger than we are on a soul level, or not. So anyway, would love your comments about this. Let's do a little TOLPAKAN Healing Activation today. Let's do one related to tapping into our own wisdom and experience and trusting that. How does that sound? All right, so I'll put a little link below as well as to how to get into our first little meditation called Stillness Through Observing Internal Movement. It's super quick, super fast, easy to do. I like to start with rubbing hands. This is for beginners. Just to start feeling energy and heat in the body, and then relax. If it's safe for you to do so, close your eyes. Focus on your body. Feel any movement of energy waves, tingles, pulsing. Wherever you move, you'll probably hear it. Feel it more there. Maybe you'll hear it. And follow that flow wherever it goes. We're entering the 0 point field now as you become fully embodied and feeling the energy in the body. I'll speak the TOLPAKAN Healing directives, and if you'd like to receive this activation, just make a mental note to accept the healing. Nothing is forced. You can accept it or not. Here we go. I now command that the energies required to allow us to fully tap into our inner wisdom, to trust our experience, and to discern when others' experience do not align or resonate with us, be downloaded and activated, and all things in its way, healed and resolved in the highest and best way, all directions of time, with speed, ease, and grace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel free to take a breath in and out. Continue feeling the energy in the body. Would love for you to comment. You can open your eyes now, of course. A comment below and let me know, what did that activation feel like for you? What did our message feel like for you? And have you had other circumstances where you've either, felt the same way or maybe the opposite? It's completely fine if you do. It's really about tuning into your own personal experience instead of just blanket approving or a polite nod to everybody else's belief. You are wise beyond your years. Tune in here. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I look forward to chatting with you next week. All right, much love. Bye for now. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you resonate with this message, please hit like and subscribe, and perhaps share it with someone who's like-minded, who you think might benefit. And in the meantime, I would love for you to connect with me in my private light medicine community. It's free to join, and it's for sensitive souls who desire to love and support each other. So I'll put the link below, as well as other exciting offerings for this week. Much love. Thanks for watching.